Welcome again to the TFL First Annual Gold Hitch Award, and we are in the Best Picture category, and I say that because we are talking about half tons, gentlemen.
The most popular segment.
The most popular vehicle in the land, period, right? Did you know that trucks outsell cars by, well, just a ton?
A huge market.
And F-150 sells the most in half ton.
In North America.
And this is going to be a bit of a heated debate, I feel, because we have every truck in that category, almost every truck. And keep in mind that we're only doing the trucks that we've tested. So if we haven't tested the truck, then we can't actually comment on it. And it's based on what the best towing truck is up the hill, but we're also using our combined knowledge. And what I mean by up the hill is up the gauntlet. Five trucks in the category are the Sierra 6.2 liter with the 8-speed, which had not a great towing axle. Let's be clear about that, a 3.23. Ford F-150 2.7 liter, which is the EcoBoost, the Tundra 5.7, the Ram EcoDiesel, and the Nissan Titan extended cab. So let's just get to it, gentlemen. Shall we vote? Let's vote the first one out.
Oh, I need more papers.
And by the way this works is if we have a tie, I don't vote, and that's how we decide.
And we eliminate this. We're voting to eliminate.
System. We're eliminating.
Yeah.
As always, we're eliminating.
Eliminating something.
Guys, these are the trucks as they arrived to us. We request that they be equipped to tow, but if they don't give us one with a good towing axle, there's nothing we can do about it. We have to test the trucks as they
Right, we don't have a lot of choice.
We really don't have a lot of choice.
Well, it's unanimous.
Okay.
Your Nissan fans are not going to be happy because we just eliminated the Nissan. Why did you eliminate that, Andre?
So the Nissan, so this is the king cab, so not the full four doors. We loaded it very to the max.
Yeah,
I think
we really
over. We're actually, a little bit over the max.
I think 70 pounds over the max is what we.
And it was the slowest truck up the hill.
It was the slowest,
9 minutes,
and it
8
was
seconds.
the worst fuel economy. I mean, it's an older truck. I mean, it actually surprised me that it did 9 minutes and 8 seconds. I thought it was going to be slower.
It's a tough little truck, though. I mean, and it feels little compared to
Trucky
these
truck.
other ones.
The trucky truck.
It's a
Trucky truck, and it's smaller dimensionally.
Yeah.
So it's a good truck, but it didn't compare to the latest guys.
It's going to be very interesting next year when we get the new Nissan.
We're
looking forward to that.
Yeah, where are we going to put that one?
Probably
Which category?
2,500, I think.
Let's cross that bridge next year. All right, let's keep going. Next one, gentlemen. Oh, keep going.
Keep going. We're still moving?
Yep, still moving. We're still voting. Thank you, sir.
Slightly.
Yes. 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 And once again, we are unanimous.
We are?
Yes, Nathan, why did we all eliminate the Tundra?
The Tundra is another vehicle that has a lot of good. It has a fantastic engine, you gotta agree. That V8 just
5.7,
just
sounds great.
Good engine, sounds great, a lot of
One
muscle.
of my favorite truck engines, period.
Yeah.
But, Kent, tell me about that axle.
Well, it's a 430 rear end. I mean, that's what a Ford F450 would come with. but look at this.
Which is good for towing, right?
Yes, and it's not really bad on fuel mileage. I mean, speed, look at the speed. It's matched the Sierra. So it always amazed me they could do all that with that kind of axle ratio because that's an ideal axle ratio for towing. So I like for towing.
But it's missing something. Something
you squeeze?
Something you squeeze and you modulate. What's that thing that goes under
the brake controller?
Why?
That sixth gear.
Yeah.
Brake controls.
It's an aftermarket piece.
Yeah, it would be very difficult for us to vote a truck, the best towing truck that does not come with the brake.
That needs to come
From the factory.
standard in
From the
anything
factory.
From the factory.
I mean,
Right,
come
simpler.
on. Come on, Toyota.
I remember we had quite the ordeal trying to install one because let's face it, when you install one, no matter how good they are, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
It takes time.
It needs to be an integrated system with the rest of the vehicle, and it's not. The Toyota is just old in that respect. Sorry.
All right, and you know what? I think I've talked to Toyota. They know that, even though it's been updated.
Oh, they know it.
They know it. So I think there's going to be. Hold your breath. There's going to be
They're working on something?
an update. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming because I think they know that the update was more visual, yeah, style-wise than actually because they didn't change the engine, they didn't change the
Transmission was the
capabilities.
same and all that too, yeah.
All right, next one, gentlemen.
All right.
Let's go.
It's getting
This
tougher.
is going to be tougher now. We're down to the domestic
We're
manufacturers.
splitting hairs again?
We are. All right. What do you got?
Man, this has got to take a little bit more thought.
Well,
Doggone
it's a lot of thought, yes.
I thought about it when I was in the shower. I started going over all my things.
Let's not talk
Well, I
about
took
that.
a lot of notes, but you guys just want to babble on. I'm gonna
Look at
talk
that.
for days.
Tell me
It's
we're
unanimous
unanimous?
again. We just eliminated the Sierra. Kent, why did we
I
eliminate the
hate
Sierra?
that too, because I really like that 8-speed with that 6.2. It's just the
Yeah,
axle
it's a good
ratio,
combo.
it was dull. It didn't have the power. And we've driven the others with a 342, which is ideal, which I love. But this one just didn't have the snap. So
It wasn't our choice. I mean, it was, it was
yeah,
the
we
truck
had,
we
right.
had.
If that had the 342, I mean, I would have held in a long time with that.
Yeah, that big engine was awesome sounding, and it felt great on the regular road. But going up the hill, the way it was changing gears, it just didn't let us get all that power.
It's the most powerful truck in the
Yeah,
half-ton
And yet it
class.
felt like the least powerful.
And
It
that-
felt slower than the Nissan to me at one point.
Yeah, and with that axle ratio, we lost some of our grade shifting. Some of them coming down the hill, it wasn't the same.
It was really efficient, 4.3 mpgs.
Yeah, very efficient,
Yeah.
but you didn't have that extra brake safety coming down the hill and accelerating up the hill. You didn't have the RPMs that you should have.
And I also love the cylinder deactivation. It's a great feature.
Well, yeah,
If you're
that's-
trying to get the most MPGs, but in this contest, it doesn't really come into play because we're flying up the steepest, the most extreme test you can. So that doesn't help the truck out at all. All right, gentlemen, this is going to be interesting because
is it.
This is it because we are now between a rock and a hard place. And the rock is MPG, and the hard place is power.
Yeah, that's a big deal. We pick power over MPG.
Because the Ford, here's really what the contest is about, guys. The Ford went up in 7.38, which is the
7.38.
fastest.
Like a rocket.
Yeah, like a rocket.
Yes.
But it got a 4.3 MTPG, whereas the Ram EcoDiesel was much slower. It went up at 9.03, but it got the MPG of a 6.1. So
And
almost
never had
2.
6 MPG.
Yeah.
That's better than
Yeah.
every single truck we've tested
Sure.
on this course. So it's really impressive. So I guess we just have to vote, and then we'll
Yes.
argue our points
Yeah.
when we're done.
And that's what the viewers will end up voting on too, whether more important MPG or more important power.
And that's
We have
really
our
the bottom
opinions.
line. Which one is?
Works out.
Tell me. Is
We're
this
unanimous.
We're unanimous.
Oh,
I
yes.
thought this was going to be like a brawl.
Battle?
We're unanimous.
Yeah.
Well, I got all my notes. I'm ready.
Okay,
let's
after
talk
the
about
commercial. No.
After the commercial break, we'll announce what we did.
The best towing half truck in the land.
Half truck?
Half truck. The best towing half ton in the land. The Gold Hitch Award goes to, you guys know it, the Ford F-150 with 2.7 liter
2.7
EcoBoost. Why do we eliminate the Ram? You start, because this is important. Tell me why you eliminated the Ram.
Yeah, so this is it's a tough one. So economy versus power. I can tell you why I chose the Ford, and this is the reason why I eliminated the EcoDiesel. The Ford, confidence up the hill, it can pass, it can do everything while loaded to the max.
Cojones.
Honest. So, and yes, the two trucks are very comparable in how they feel, and they're both pretty confident. But when you're going up the hill and you need to pass somebody, a semi or something, and the Ford had unlimited power, it seemed unlimited.
Yeah.
That's how powerful that engine was.
Right. That's what it comes down to is your ability to pass somebody. The EcoDiesel is great for fuel. There's a lot of applications. That's the truck to get. But if you've got your family with you and you have to pass somebody, and especially if you're oncoming traffic, you've got to do it quickly. You can't be sitting there lumbering along in that passing lane. So, it's
But 6.1 in the EcoDiesel.
yes, there's a lot
That
of
really
applications
surprised
you
me.
would want that truck. And I'm so happy to have a diesel in the half-ton class. We waited for this forever.
Yeah,
in
we
the
did.
80s and the 90s, we all were expecting that to happen. It didn't happen. I was so tickled when Ram did all this. And the 8-speed automatic and the air ride, all the things it has, I love. But the new Ford, that 2.7, it's a race car. That puppy's a little sport truck out there.
Ford did it right. They figured it out. They know that people who buy a truck for personal use want muscle. They could have easily made that 2.7 even more efficient. I've heard stories that Ford could have easily made it far more efficient. We talked about that. Mm-hmm. But they knew that the American with the red blood want power. I want to be able to move. And I'll tell you something, that thing was tugging at the reins all the way up the hill. And as much as I can appreciate getting really good mileage, and the Ram did, and the Ram is a great truck, the Ford has steely cojones, and it just ripped up that hill.
It was
And
loaded to the max.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it did as much load as the rest of those guys. So.
Yeah.
it handled it well, it performed well, the brakes felt good, it didn't feel like it was fishtailing at all when we were towing, despite all that power. good truck.
I'll tell you what decided for me, and it was my wallet, and it maybe has to do with the time of that we're living in right now, because it's a corporate car that's filling up those trucks, and with fuel prices being inexpensive right now, it doesn't hurt to go and fill up the Ford. It's not, you don't have to do a double swipe, right? If we were maybe 2 years ago when gas was $4 a gallon, and then all of a sudden that 6.1 becomes very, very attractive, and it becomes about fuel economy. So I kind of balanced power versus fuel economy, and today with the fuel cost being low, I went with power. But I could see myself easily going for fuel economy, given the higher gas price.
Yeah, and the bottom line,
trucks are great.
They're
They
both
are.
good trucks, but congratulations, Ford. You really do deserve a pat on the back for building a technologically advanced vehicle that not a single one of us, I think, when we heard about the 2.7 originally thought was going to be a rocket. I just kept thinking, oh, it's going to be a slug.
And I can hear the comments, why aren't you talking about the aluminum?
Oh, yeah, it's aluminum.
yeah.
Okay, move on.
And so, it
it's
shuts off the
lighter.
stop signs, and there's all those things. Remote tailgate drops. I mean, you can go on and on.
It's got a lot of
features.
goodies. It really does have so much for the money. And there's a reason why the F-150 is one of the best-selling vehicles in North America.
The best one, vehicle.
Because it's really well made, and it's pretty cheap for what it is. Jeez. Look, congratulations, Ford. Guys, I hope you put your comments below. Let us know why you chose a different truck, because I'm sure some of you did.
And I want to say, first and foremost, I want to thank all the manufacturers, Mike over at Ford, Nick over at Ram, Steve over at Nissan, Craig over at GM, and all the fine folks at Allison and Partners, and Michael over at Toyota, because without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do this. So thank you very much.
And now that you know what we need for next year, because we're doing this test again, and here's the new parameters, and we want to announce it right now.
Yep.
One thing, has to be four-wheel drive. We do not drive Rocky Mountain vehicles and two-wheel drive. We buy four-wheel drive vehicles up here, and so in order to go up the hill,
Well, the best towing truck has to have four-wheel drive because if it snows.
you want all four wheels trying to go down that.
Right.
If you're in the field, right,
Yeah.
towing something.
So that's for next year, for 2016, but for 2015, those are our results.
And especially thank you for watching and for sticking with us, because without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do this. It makes our job so much more fun. We're so grateful to be able to go trucking up the mountain.
We're going to be doing a lot more of it.
With CBs.
Yeah.
Breaker?
Yeah. By the way, if you want, you can vote on what my handle should be.
And we know that Kent is Wet Whiskers. I'm Iron Dumpling. He's Boots and Pants.
I'm boots and pants, I guess.
And
Yeah.
we need one for Nathan
There
over
have been a
here.
few suggestions. Most of them I cannot say.
Chiripaja?
What? What?
Chiripaja.
Oh, yeah,
At
yeah.
an outhouse.
That's something. That's
No, it's a Russian thing. And no on Bubbles or Satan or any of those things. Just try it again. You guys come up with something.
All right, thanks again for checking out TFL Truck, and thank you all for your hard work, and see you next year at the second annual TFL Gold Hitch Award.
Ciao.
Thank you guys.